Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another video. So, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, in this video, guys, we are going to talk about Diddy Combs getting hit with another frivolous lawsuit that has been filed by Tony Buzbee on the behalf of an alleged accuser. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this woman is lying. And while some of the incidents did take place, some of the events did take place, what she's saying Diddy did to her and how it happened from beginning to end really does not make any sense. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because as you guys know, Tony Buzbee has been going after Diddy with a lot of lawsuits, and in the lawsuits, it's the same dead-ass ending. Here's an example of the item Diddy used to substance women. Same dead-ass thing. And these lawsuits, you can know when the women are lying. They all have the same pattern. Oh, someone gave me something to drink. Diddy gave me something to drink. In this case, this woman is saying, oh, when I got to the venue, I didn't see Diddy. You know, the crowd was acting a bit chaotic and wild. We convinced the security guard to let us in. We went looking for Diddy. At that time, he wasn't that famous. He gave me something to drink and he says, oh, it's Coca-Cola, that is, just to clarify. And we know that is not making any sense because I know that if I go to my friend's house, my friend just cannot have a drink in her hand or his hand waiting on me like that. Here, it's Coke. No, it has to be coming from a buffet. And those are just some things that you can take to know that these lawsuits are very much frivolous. Or it could be another scenario of Tony Buzbee not doing his work again, you know? It's not new. Definitely not new. Now, also, Diddy Combs' legal team, they're firing back at Tony Buzbee's claim. And Diddy's team, they're saying they're not going to respond to every lawsuit because some of them are just so ridiculous at this point. And I honestly support them on that. I do believe that Diddy has done a lot, even deeper and darker than what he's been accused of. But what I also know, what my common sense tells me is that Diddy is not alone in this ring because you're charging someone for racketeering and there's no individual that commits racketeering. It's normally an organized group of people. So you know that a lot of things in Diddy Combs' lawsuit and lawsuits, indictment as well, literally not making much sense because there's so many gaps because they are protecting other people. Ain't no way a black man could be in Hollywood committing this many crime and the people do not ensure that he ends up behind bars. Take, for example, Jamie Foxx was at Chow's for his birthday and the jackass crew tormented him and they attacked him and no one intervened because that's a black man. So I don't know who they think they're fooling, but definitely not me, not this time around at least. You know, as Bob say, you can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. They're not fooling me anymore with these lawsuits from Tony Buzbee. But let's get into it, shall we? Now, first, Diddy's attorney tells us, as we've said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every new publicity stunt, even in response to claims that are facially ridiculous or demonstrably false. Mr. Combs and his legal team have full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process in court. The truth will prevail, and that Mr. Combs never actually assault or traffic anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. Now, this woman is also claiming that this incident took place in 1991. At that point, Diddy wasn't into women like that. He was still in his man era and have a single girlfriend covering up things for him. Remember, if you guys haven't seen some lyrics from Biggie Smalls, I think I want to include a clip for people to truly understand what Diddy Combs and his crew was up to in 1991. But anywho, let's get into this report. They're saying Diddy is facing a new outward allegation on that Howard allegation, one that dates back to before he was famous, and the alleged victim says it went down during an already infamous New York City event. The accuser, whose filing as Jane Doe, says she was attending a December 1991 charity basketball event at the City College of New York, which was co-sponsored by then up-and-coming producer Sean Diddy Combs. She and a friend were invited by an unnamed rapper set to appear at the event, she claims in the lawsuit. When she and her friend arrived, she says the crowd outside was large and getting unruly, and she convinced the security guard to let her and the friend in early. Now, let's pause for a bit because we're tired of seeing these lawsuits with people using synonyms, and everybody seems to be going after Diddy but protecting the other people involved. Why can't you tell us who gave you the invitation so we can see if it checks out and makes sense? I think these lawsuits needs to be thrown out of court unless people are willing to include their names, the person that gave them the invite, because we want to see if it doesn't make sense, or at least include the person's name that gave you the invite so we can see if it checks out and actually makes sense, because again, this is another lie. Well, let's continue. Now, the report is saying that is, inside, they couldn't find the rapper, and the woman claims they were led to an office on the gym locker rooms where Combs had a makeshift dressing room. She says she didn't know who Puffy was at the time and asked if he could help her meet up with her rapper friend, and Diddy said he'd make it happen. I don't understand. She says she didn't know who Puffy was at the time and asks if he could help her meet up with her rapper friend, and Diddy said he'd make it happen. Not making any sense though. They're saying, however, she alleges Combs handed her a plastic cup he told her contained Coca-Cola, and she took a sip immediately. Like, what the hell? Let me tell you something also, guys. Let's pause a little bit. You see, back in that time, date Howard was a thing, and women were being cautious because there was so many ads, information being shared and all of that. And I'm not saying that those things never happened. I'm saying at that point, the numbers were extremely high. It was so high to the point where women were losing their lives. And there were so many education and awareness being provided around you leaving your drink, taking a drink just like that from someone. So I don't know how she was handed a cup with Coca-Cola. All of these stories are just the same bogus BS. And it's sick. It is twisted. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. But let's continue. She said that she was handed a cup contained Coca-Cola. She took a sip, immediately started feeling woozy, got up to leave, but she claims Combs blocked her. My goodness. According to the suit filed by her attorney, Tony Buzbee, he started touching himself and fondling her, and overpowered her when she started struggling. She alleges he pushed her down, tore off her underwear, and then honored her. Afterward, she says she told Combs she was going to tell her rapper friend what had happened, and she claims Combs threatened her not to do that because people can come up missing. Why all of them have the same thing? And why is it that your friend was left somewhere? Where was your friend that you asked the security to go in with? Normally, girls would ensure that their friends are there just to provide that, extra security in case someone tries to do something to you. You and your friend could fight that person and make an escape. So there are some questionable things right here. Now, the accuser says Combs then left to deal with something at the event, and she phoned her friend, and they made their exit in the suit. She says the scene outside was chaotic as people were running in every direction. She's referring to a stampede that broke out because the 91 event was oversold. 9 people ended up dying, and many more were injured. The headliner that day was the late, great Evie D, who was signed to Uptown Records, the label where Combs got his start. We've reached out as per usual. They're reaching out to people for a response, but they haven't gotten a response from anyone that they tend to reach out to. Now, guys, I know that, and I don't see why I even have to reiterate this every time, because again, as I've said in the beginning, the stampede, it did happen, but I also know that what this accuser is saying, it's given the sense that something else happened that she's not telling the truth about. And for it to completely make sense, I do believe that it would have been good for her to include at least a rapper friend's name, because why is it that you're withholding vital piece of evidence that could help us form some more discovery? So I don't really like that. And also, when you go somewhere and you're tag team, you're tag teaming with your friend because you and your friend, you're going to this event. What happened? Why is it that your friend wasn't tagging along with you every step of the way? Was your friend hooked up with the other rapper guy somewhere else? And how is it that at the end of the unfortunate incident that you experienced, you find your friend, the stampede did happen, but there are some inconsistencies in my opinion again. And I do believe that it is time that more information is provided in these lawsuits. For example, someone is aware that something happened to you. Who is that person? What is that person's name? So we can put it all together. So I want to see if more discovery comes out in this lawsuit. I'm definitely going to follow this one to see if anything new is revealed, because at this point in time, what she's saying about just being handed a cup like that, it's not making any sense unless there's something that has been missing that we are not aware of. But that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know, what are your thoughts, guys? Do you think that this did happen? Or do you think that, something is missing and the missing pieces of details are the key information that will tie it all together? I want to hear from you. Now, while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, stay safe, and see you guys later. Peace.